Good morning, everyone. Welcome to preparation and presentation of research proposal, module 7 and 8. My name is Dr. Chemela Anyang. Okay, so let's begin. What is a research proposal? We have to establish this background or this definition before we move forward. Now, a research proposal is a document which deals with, one, the purpose of research. So a research proposal has to identify the purpose of a research. Two, the ultimate objective of the research. Three, means of reaching the goal of the research. Four, what the research planned to convey and how it will be done. This will include the development of the plans, forms, and basis for the rest of the research. So, a research proposal is a document that will give you all this information that will be required for your research. Now, in a research proposal, you have to establish what your readers need to know from you. Remember, it's a document that you are going to state and convey the things that you'll be writing about. So what will be your reader's expectation? Before proceeding with your designated research, you need to inquire about its feasibility. So, is it really possible for you to do this research? Those are some of the things that you need to establish. So, the proposal should be very clear in a way that the message or the topic which you'll be researching upon will be clear to your readers to understand. So, with that, we can now say what is the function or what are the functions of a research proposal. So, one, a research proposal must communicate the research intention and the research plans and all the elements that will be involved in the research. A research proposal should establish the form and structure of the proposal. And this means that you have to explain and justify the proposed study to the audience or to the person who will be reading to your proposal. This means that it has to be so clear that a non-expert in the area where you are doing your research will be able to understand what you are going to study. So, now let's go to the starting when you want now to start your proposal. We call this starting your proposal. So, from the onset of your research, you need to figure out what the finished product is going to look like. The type of research methods you will be used that will enable you to come to a concrete and accurate conclusion of your research. And this means that you have to follow this, have these following points in mind. What is the research trying to figure out? That's number one. Why is this research doing? Number two. What is the perspective behind the research? What is the role of theory in the projected work? Is the study quantitative, or is it going to be qualitative, or is it going to be both? Again, can you explain and justify the proposed study? Your research proposal must have these elements. And finally, can you use sound reasoning to justify the content of the research? So once again, I say that your research proposal must contain all these elements. Now, your research proposal should have the following headings. I will enumerate them one by one. Number one is research topic. Of course, you have to have a topic. Number two is you must have a brief abstract of the research. Number three, you have to write an introduction. Number four, you have to state the objective of your research and the research questions. Number five, you have to draw a conceptual framework which will be embedded with the theories and hypotheses for the research. Number six, you have to have a detailed literature review. Number seven, you have to explain the procedures and methodologies that you'll be using in your research. Number eight, you have to state the population and the sample size of your research. Number nine, you have to show data collection procedures, which will include the instruments that you will be using. Number 10, you have to show the data analysis procedures and the significance of these analysis techniques. Number 11, you have to show the limitations of your research. Number 12, you have to state the ethical issues that will surround your research. And of course, the last but not the least is you have to have a list of references that you use in your proposal, and as well as the appendices if you had some attachments. So these 13 sections is what we will be dealing with today.